Hello everyone. Today I'm answering a query that a viewer sent in, and that was, how do we lead a change initiative at this time of really unprecedented uncertainty? Because she's led change initiatives before, but there was always an end in mind, and this time there is no end in mind, but just constant change, which is making people very, very tired. So here are my thoughts, my reflections, my suggestions, my ideas about what you could do. Well, number one, I came across this phrase the other day and I thought it was absolutely perfect. It said, "We are all in the same storm, but sitting in different boats." And I thought, oh, that's brilliant, because COVID has affected everybody, but in different ways. So the first thing not to do as a leader or a manager is to give what you think people need and to sort of do a blanket response, because it will help some but not others. And also you need to really tune in and speak to people individually and help them tell you what it's like for them. So to hear their individual stories. If you can help people tell their story in a group about how COVID is hitting them, what their concerns are, then please do that. Because feelings, if they go underground, they're not heard, they fester away, they get a little bit dirty, they get horrible, manky. If we talk about our feelings and people hear them and nod their head and go, yeah, I hear you, I understand, something similar myself, and then they share their stories so they don't feel so alone, that really is very, very healthy. And people will feel a lightness just from that activity alone. They'll go, whew, and they'll go on with a little bit more zip in their step. The second is, in times of uncertainty, to emphasize what remains certain. And of course, there are a couple of certain facts that we don't really want to know, but are very, very true. The one is, we're going to be living with this virus until the beginning of next year at the earliest. So we have got 8 months of it. Really? Yeah, 8 months, I should think, of living with this virus. And we don't know what is going to happen in those 8 months. That's a certainty. I might as well say it for what it is, because that is what it is. However, there are some outcomes that are certain. Number one, the business is going to fight very hard to survive, because if the business goes, then everybody loses. Yep. So the business has to survive. And the other certainty is the way in which the business survives, the way in which you choose for the business to survive. And I'm thinking here of my niece, because she was made redundant. She works in the travel sector, so no surprise there that her post went. However, they made her redundant, and then they said, if we call you up in about a year's time, would you come back and work for us? And she went, yeah, of course I would, because she loves her job. So already they're saying, look, this is a temporary thing, we'll have you back. And she is still very much a member of the team. Like, she borrowed a car off them a couple of weeks ago. She is still a member of the team. So you can kind of get that kind of Dunkirk spirit, that even if people aren't working with us at the moment because of redundancies or things like that, you are still one of us. You are still part of us. We will still include you in things. So you can state some things about what is certain. Yeah, we don't know what's happening. The business will survive. That's our number one priority, because without that, everything loses. And how we're going to make sure this business survives. The other thing is that when people get overwhelmed and tired and stressed, they tend to fall into helplessness and powerless. You don't want that at all. Not at all. So what do you do to counter that? You again go back to what is known. Now, what is known is individual strengths that people have and talents, team strengths and talents, like commitment, passion, hard work, adaptability, flexibility, a whole long list of things, individually and as a team. You've also got some known things, which are the obstacles and the challenges that people have individually and collectively overcome in the past. Remind them of that. We've overcome challenges before. We've met this this sort of thing before. We will overcome this in this time. So you can really emphasize that. I mean, they're talking about the recession, the economic recession being as bad as it was after the Second World War. Well, I'm going, okay, I get that. I can understand why they're saying that. But you know what? We overcame that recession. We had decades of prosperity that followed that. We will do that again. Yep, it's going to be hard. Yep, everyone's going to have to work. Yep, blah, 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 blah. But we will overcome and we will get. And there's an opportunity for new and better out of this. The NHS came out of the Second World War. I wonder what's going to come out of this one. Interesting, isn't it? So, we will overcome. The other thing to get people away from this powerlessness and this helplessness is to get them into control, what they've got control over, and get them into achievement as quickly as possible. So that might be work achievements, goals, targets to hit, but they can be a bit difficult because you can set a target, but is it, like number of sales? Is that going to be hit? So maybe make some sense of achievement around what is definitely in people's control. You might do a well-being initiative, get people fitter and losing weight, sort of piggyback on the government's initiative at the moment. Because that is well within our control. We can go for a run. We can join a Slimming Club World, Weight Watchers, whatever we choose. We can do things like that. I myself have been in the gym for the last 2 weeks following lockdown. I'm feeling stronger physically, and consequently I'm feeling stronger mentally, and I've got a bit more zip in my step, even if the muscles are aching a bit. So I am in control. I'm making things happen, and that's making me feel very good at this time. So you want to get people into what can they have control over, and couldn't be better than health. Gratitude is a great thing, and giving to other people. Just as an idea, if anyone in your team is from Lebanon or Beirut, is there something you can do to help out Beirut? I mean, crikey. Yeah? So helping other people, gifting to other people. So even if the work is a bit low at the moment, for whatever reason, can you get them into some activity that makes them feel good, makes them feel powerful, makes them feel grateful, makes them recognize their resilience, their abilities, their inventiveness, their flexibility, their skills? Yeah, we can and will come out of this. And do you know what? We can and will come out of this better if we go for it. Hope this has been useful. Take care. Bye.